Hello and welcome to this overview of the Sammy Desktop Edition, the Support Artifacts Analysis tool. First, a couple of requirements. The tool is only supported on the Windows platform, and you need the Java Software Development Kit, either Amazon Corretto or Oracle Java. The tool will prompt you for a suggested download if Java is not installed. When the tool starts, you will be presented with this page. It will show you helpful hints at the top. You have some standard menus to the upper left. You have the profile indicator to the lower left, and the progress bar to the lower right. Please read through and observe the usage conditions at the center. The tool uses different profiles for different products, so make sure that you select the correct one from the Switch Profile menu. When you select a profile, your selection will be reflected in the lower left-hand corner. I'm going to switch back to the windshield profile as this is what I will be using. Also, a few words on some of the available preferences in the tool. On the Rules tab, you'll have the different profiles listed, and each profile will have a listing of all the rules associated with it. The General tab has various limits to ensure good performance. You can change them here if you needed, but the out-of-the-box ones are generally good. There are other preferences as well, but these are the ones you will generally use. To scan a new file, you can use the File Open option, but the tool also supports drag and drop, so you can just drag the file into the tool window to start the analysis. The analysis progress is indicated in the status bar, and when it's done, the results of the analysis is displayed. The result page is organized into horizontal tabs, one for each file that has been scanned, and then vertical tabs for each of the different artifacts that has been found. The first page that comes up is the analysis report that contains a summary of all the findings. A selected profile has a set of rules which are triggered under certain conditions. When a rule is triggered, a finding is the result. The report will contain a listing of all those findings. The findings are organized by urgency and they're listed in urgency order. You can collapse the listing for a better overview. By default, findings older than 90 days are filtered out, but you can choose to show all the results if you wish to see them. There are options to toggle tooltips and text wrap, and also an export function. We'll get to that in a minute. You can copy the text from a finding through the hamburger menu next to the finding. You just select copy and then paste in the target application. As mentioned before, the findings have an urgency setting and are listed from high to low. They're also color-coded, which is used in the file tabs. A finding has a description, an impact statement, and a recommendation on what to do next. You can have one or more tags for filtering, and an occurrence listing where the text was found that triggered the rule. Clicking the occurrence will take you to the file. The finding also has a link to the main resolution article, as well as any related links or additional resources. As mentioned earlier, each finding will have one or more tags, and this can be used for filtering. So you choose your filtering by clicking the Tags menu and then selecting the desired tags. This will only list findings that have the tags in them. Select all tags again to restore the full listing. You can also export the analysis report by using this button. It will be saved in HTML form. There's also a general search tool. You bring that up by clicking Ctrl F or selecting Find from the menu. Just enter the search text and use the next and previous buttons to do the search. You can also select to make it case sensitive or not. Properties files have their own dedicated tab. It includes a file navigator to the left that lists the files. Click the toggle button to show timestamp and file size. You can also choose to fold away the file listing and just show the selected property file. The view also has text filtering capabilities that you can bring up by clicking the Filters button. You click here to define a new filter definition. You enter a name and a filter pattern. You just click on Add Filter. Filter is now in effect, and you can click on the Mode button to switch between filtering out matching text or only showing matching text. Untick the filter to disable it and click Save to save any changes. There are also some options available through context menus on the page. In the text field, there are options for marking, copying, and deleting rows. To copy, mark the desired text and select Copy from the context menu. When you delete text, it does not affect the file on disk under the contents in memory. You can mark rows in the text either through the context menu or simply by double-clicking on the row. If you select a piece of text in the text field, a few more options become available. You can quickly create a filter definition based on the selection. The filter is immediately active and its settings can be managed in the filter pane. The left-hand navigator also has some context menu options. Toggle details will toggle the full file path for each file on and off. Open in System Editor opens the file in the application that matches the file extension in the operating system. You can expand and collapse folders, and restore file contents will reload the file contents from disk. Remove filters will clear the filters from that file. You can also remove the file from the display. Note that the file is still kept on disk, so that is untouched. You can also search within the files on the tab, and the results will be shown as their own files in the left-hand pane. The tool also resolves compound property values, that is, property values that include references to other properties. Here's the original value of a given property. During the analysis, the tool creates a virtual file with the ending resolved that contains all the resolved property values. Moving on to the Log Files tab. This has many of the features that we've seen in the previous tab. So there's folding in and out of files, filters, and so on. The findings are also indicated and color-coded in the scroll bar. The context menu and the text pane also have the same options as we've seen before. The context menu in the navigator offers two additional features. The first one is a file merge that superimposes multiple files on top of each other based on the timestamp. This generates a merge result with a superimposed view and with the color-coded content of each file. There is also a feature to apply a time shift to the logging in the file. Here we have two log files captured at the same time, but with a 3-hour difference in time zone. To get a meaningful merge, we have to shift one file by 3 hours. We'll shift this log back by 3 hours and click OK. The two logs are now effectively in the same time zone, and we can perform a successful merge. The tool will also identify script files, HTML files, and XML files, and render them in a way that is easy to read. They also offer the relevant features in the toolbar and the context menu. Thread dumps have a dedicated stack traces view. It offers a feature for merging thread dumps from multiple files, in addition to the usual context menu options. The main window offers a graphical overview of the thread dumps with popovers with details of the item that you're hovering over. There's a toolbar that offers features for sorting and filtering, and also has a toggle for tooltips. The legend describes the color coding of the different thread states and also offers view filtering based on these states. The original view can be restored by clicking Defaults. There are also various views of the thread dump contents. The thread dump view lists the thread dumps in chronological order. Sequence view lists the individual threads. Histogram shows the thread histograms. And Locker shows details on locks and lock contention. Performance tables displays exported JMX data. The contents is displayed in table views that also have filter capabilities. The view also has a query section where you can run SQL queries against the data. The query results section also contains predefined queries for actions with high CPU, cache statistics details, JMX notification histogram, and logging histogram. Table view context menu contains options for copying cell and row data, as well as text wrapping. Top operations offers an insight into standout operations. Here we have a list of high CPU actions to the left, and clicking on an action brings up the occurrence details to the right. The bottom pane has different views on the stack trace and signature, as well as method context details if available. We have also recently added a feature called the time machine. This offers a graphical composite view of log events combined with CPU load, number of concurrent users, and garbage collection load. You can zoom in on sections of interest to get a more detailed view of the events within that time frame. You can also filter on specific processes of interest. Garbage collection files have their own dedicated view. We have a file selected to the left, so I'm going to fold that away for more space. We have a metrics pane at the bottom. It shows a summary, it shows details on memory consumption, garbage collection pauses, and the garbage collection log file itself. Click the GC stats button to hide the pane. The graph pane has charts for heap growth over time, garbage collection pauses over time, as well as details on the pauses themselves. You can zoom in on a portion of the graph by simply drag selecting. Zoom out again with a right click. This concludes the introduction to Sammy Desktop Edition. We hope that you will give it a try and that you find it useful. Thank you again for your interest and have a nice day.